The continent of Africa is unlike any other part of the world you have experienced before. This vast land, comprising 54 countries and 144 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, provides visitors with the chance to experience a wide variety of cultures, interesting history, natural scenery, incredible wildlife, and some of the most fascinating landmarks around the world. These famous landmarks, both natural and man-made, offer a glimpse into both the well-known as well as the untold stories of Africa. It will be impossible to count the number of beautiful places and iconic landmarks that have been created, carved, and shaped by Mother Nature. From the longest river and oldest mountains on Earth to the largest waterfall, the largest hot deserts, and the largest inland delta, the mainland has it all. The mother continent has also been inhabited for over 5 million years, making it the oldest inhabited region, and humans have been leaving their mark here ever since. From magnificent pyramids and palaces to monoliths and rock art, Africa is home to some fascinating historically significant sites that have been left behind by its many great civilizations. And that is why today, we shall be taking a look at the top 15 most famous landmarks in Africa. Number 15. Okavango Delta, Botswana. The Okavango Delta is a peaceful and tranquil paradise that lies in the middle of a desert. Found in the northwest of Botswana, this emerald oasis comprises small islands amongst lagoons and waterways. The Okavango Delta is a vast ecosystem formed as the Okavango River flows into the Kalahari Desert. The river sources its waters from the summer rainfalls in the highlands of neighboring Angola. In the middle of this arid region, the inland delta hosts many animals and birds in its swampy green environment. From hippos and elephants to various bird species, the delta is a hotbed for animals looking to escape the dry surrounding desert. The delta is also surrounded by grasslands, which are a great safari destination. Animals to see here include giraffes, leopards, lions, and antelopes. Number 14. Kruger National Park, South Africa. Kruger National Park is one of Africa's largest game reserves and is found on the northeastern side of Johannesburg in South Africa. Kruger Park offers tourists access to the big 5 game animals: the African elephant, the African lion, the African leopard, black rhino, and Cape buffalo. There are many other animals to see here too. Along with a variety of rare bird species, the park's savanna environment also features trees such as giant baobabs, marula, and fever trees. The park additionally features many archaeological sites such as the Albasani ruins, which are the ruins of major Portuguese trading posts. Game drives and safaris are the most popular activity at Kruger National Park. Number 13. Masai Mara National Reserve, Kenya. Masai Mara National Reserve in southwestern Kenya is an expansive wilderness famous for its vast array of wildlife. The park receives around 30,000 tourists each year who come to appreciate the scenery and spot a range of animals. The park is also famous for the great wildebeest migration. During this annual natural event, millions of wildebeests migrate from Serengeti National Park in Tanzania to the Masai Mara Game Reserve in Kenya. The Masai Mara is a perfect tourist destination for those who want to get away from the city and back to nature. Travelers are particularly attracted to safaris and game drives that are held in the park. Number 12. Timbuktu, Mali. Timbuktu is a city in Mali located on the southern threshold of the Sahara Desert. This exotic-sounding city has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1998 and is becoming a popular tourist destination. This legendary Malian town was previously an important trading center. It was also an intellectual and spiritual center of Islam in Africa during the 15th and 16th century. Timbuktu is additionally known for being home to the Mosque of Sankore and the famous Djinguba Mosque. This desert town is full of culture and history and is a great up-and-coming tourist destination. Number 11. Sahara Desert, Morocco. The Sahara Desert is the largest and hottest desert on Earth. It's also one of the most famous natural landmarks in Africa. The desert is characterized by many dunes that tourists visit to partake in activities like sand duning and quad biking. Visitors to the Sahara Desert can enjoy other unique experiences too. These include camel trekking and desert camping. Despite not being the most hospitable environment, there are some animals to spot while in the Sahara. These include oryx, Barbary sheep, and the Dama gazelle. Number 10. Fish River Canyon, Namibia. The Fish River Canyon is the second largest canyon in the world after the Grand Canyon in the USA. Located in the southwestern part of Namibia, Fish River is one of the most visited tourist attractions in the country. The canyon is part of the Ice Richtersveld Transfrontier Park. The park is home to many animals like zebras, kudus, antelopes, wild horses, and over 60 different species of birds. This makes it an ideal place to spot wildlife and birdwatch. Along with the incredible views and wildlife sightings, tourists visit the canyon to hike the Fish Canyon Trail. You'll also be able to swim in the river and relax in natural hot springs found at the top of the canyon. Number 9. Lalibela Rock-Hewn Churches, Ethiopia. Ethiopia is one of the most beautiful countries in Africa. It boasts a diverse culture, delicious cuisine, beautiful natural scenery, and historical architecture. A particularly popular attraction in Ethiopia lies deep within the Ethiopian mountains in the mystical town of Lalibela. In this quaint town, visitors will discover a group of rock-hewn churches. There are 2 spectacular churches to be seen in total that have been carved directly out of the surrounding rock faces. These rock-hewn churches are one of the most unique and interesting African monuments. They are built without any blocks or supports, and they date back to the 13th century. The site remains a sacred location to Christians to this day, with the churches still being used by a small community of priests and monks. Number 8. Nile River, Egypt. The Nile River is the longest river on earth, stretching for 6,650 kilometers. Located in the northeast part of Africa, the river passes through 2 countries before flowing into the Mediterranean Sea. The Nile has 2 sources, the White Nile from Lake Victoria in East Africa and the Blue Nile from Lake Tana in Ethiopia. The 2 Niles meet in Khartoum, Sudan. A popular way to discover the Nile is by taking a Nile River cruise. While on the cruise, you'll be able to see many famous attractions along the way. These include Egypt's ancient tombs and pyramids. Number 7. The Avenue of Baobabs, Madagascar. A unique place in the world and a definite landmark in Africa, the Avenue of the Baobabs can be found on the island of Madagascar, which is the largest island in Africa. The Avenue of the Baobabs is a collection of visually powerful baobab trees lining a stretch of road in western Madagascar. This dirt road is a national highway between Morondava and Beloni-Siribinha in the Menabe region, about 660 kilometers from the capital Antananarivo. As one of the most iconic places in Africa, the beautiful road has deservedly become a major tourist attraction. Travelers from across the globe visit to view this unique African landscape. Number 6. Serengeti National Park, Tanzania. The Serengeti National Park is a large conservation area in northern Tanzania. This magnificent park covers 5,700 square miles and is home to a range of protected African animals. Serengeti National Park is known for having the highest number of large mammals in the world. It is especially famous for having the world's largest population of lions, along with many other animals like elephants, hyenas, zebras, giraffes, antelopes, and many more. One of the most magical sights you will see while in the Serengeti is the Great Wildebeest Migration. This natural event sees more than 1 million wildebeest, gazelles, and zebras traverse the Serengeti plains searching for pasture. Number 5. Valley of the Kings, Egypt. As the name suggests, the Valley of the Kings is where many Egyptian pharaohs were buried. These tombs are such an important relic of the ancient Egyptian empire that they have been designated a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. The Valley of the Kings is found on the west bank of the River Nile in Luxor. In total, there are 63 beautifully painted royal tombs located here, including those of famous pharaohs like Tutankhamun. Although videography and photography are not allowed on the site, the scenic view of these ancient monuments is one you will remember for a lifetime. Number 4. Table Mountains, South Africa. With an altitude of 1,084 meters, Table Mountains stand majestically over the beautiful city of Cape Town, South Africa. The mountain is understandably a very popular attraction and is one of the most photographed natural landmarks in Africa. Table Mountain is also one of the oldest mountains globally, being approximately 60 million years old. Visitors that want to go to the top of the mountain can take a cable car or hike, and while at the top of the mountain, you can enjoy the most stunning panoramic views of Cape Town. The immense plateau is flanked by Lion's Head on one side and Devil's Peak on the other. Table Mountain remains a top site to visit in Africa, charming every visitor with its beauty and rawness. Number 3. Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe. Victoria Falls is one of the largest waterfalls on the planet, standing at 108 meters high and 1,708 meters wide. The waterfall is renowned for being one of the most beautiful landmarks in Africa. Victoria Falls is found on the borders of Zambia and Zimbabwe, along the famous Zambezi River. Visitors to the fall will enjoy viewing the captivating mystery spray from the falls that showered the surrounding rainforests. Considered as one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, the Victoria Falls is famous for being the largest waterfall not only on the African continent but in the world at large. Number 2. Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. We cannot talk about African landmarks without mentioning Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa. It lies on the border between Kenya and Tanzania and is one of the famous 7 summits. The beautiful snow-capped mountain stands at 19,340 feet and is found in Kilimanjaro National Park. This is a popular mountain to climb for experienced and novice hikers, with over 300,000 hikers attempting to climb each year. While in Kilimanjaro National Park, you will also be able to see many wild animals. This includes the critically endangered black rhinoceros that is protected in the park. Number 1. The Great Pyramids of Giza, Egypt. The Great Pyramids of Giza are probably the first Egyptian landmarks to come to mind when thinking about Egypt. These incredible African landmarks were constructed 4,500 years ago as a resting place for the Egyptian pharaohs. Found near the city of Cairo, the Giza pyramids are the only one of the ancient 7 wonders of the world that remains almost unchanged since their construction. The 3 most well-known pyramids are the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Pyramid of Khafre, and the Pyramid of Menkaure. The Great Sphinx of Giza, found right in front of the pyramid, is another popular attraction here. A visit to the Great Pyramids of Giza is truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience and is one of the top things to do in Egypt. So there you have it, explorers, the top 15 most famous landmarks in Africa. Have you been to any of these landmarks? And what are your experiences there? Don't hesitate to share them with us in the comments section. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future informative and educative videos regarding the interesting continent of Africa. Thanks for watching this one. Catch you in the next.